A growing passion is made possible by the Leichtag Foundation. Supports self-sufficiency and ignites vibrant Jewish community in San Diego, Jerusalem, and Israel. Learn more at leichtag.org. San Diego Unified School District serves close to 1 million students. It's one of the nation's largest districts. And like schools across the country, the district has a weight problem.
San Diego may have the most perfect weather in the country. We're called paradise, but we still have the same childhood obesity problems as the rest of the country. Here, about nearly 1 in 3 children are overweight or obese. That's the same as the national average. We're doing a lot of innovative and systematic work here, but we still have a lot of work to be done.
2/3 of the district's students receive free or reduced price lunches. Many children from lower income families rely on school meals to meet most of their nutritional needs. They're the ones most likely to be obese. So serving quality food at school is critical for their health. City Heights is a large community in eastern San Diego, known for its immigrant population and for its ethnic diversity. Crawford High School reflects that diversity, as does its school garden. The garden is a living laboratory where cultures intersect. It's also a tool in Crawford's battle against obesity. Since its inception in 2006, Crawford's Garden to Cafe program has given student interns first-hand experience in organic gardening, sustainable practices, and healthy eating. Keegan O'Neill is the Youth Food Justice Coordinator for the International Rescue Committee. The IRC partners with Crawford High School, where Keegan teaches students about gardening.
Basic knowledge of how to grow food and being in touch with one's food system is just a human right, and it's something that goes without saying in most cultures. So it's really this notion of creating a healthy community for not only refugees who are resettled here, but all residents of City Heights. So urban agriculture projects like the Crawford High School Garden allow the students here to gain just job readiness. They're exposed to what it's like to hold a job and show up on time and be accountable. And they're also learning about where their food comes from. So we can harvest this broccoli also, but we want to keep these little babies because they'll fill in later. So let's just take the big ones off.
Students compete for 45 paid garden internships each school year. Once accepted, students are trained in organic gardening and sustainable agriculture, as well as nutrition, leadership, and other life skills. They become ambassadors for the rest of the school, spreading the gospel of good food.
And I want to be a chef when I grow up.
So you want to cook, you want to grow it and cook it?
Yes.
Both?
Yes, because I love organic food. To me, it tastes a lot sweeter. And you grew it yourself. Kind of has sentimental value.
So we're harvesting red Russian kale. We're going to harvest that today, and then they'll be serving it in the salad bar tomorrow.
The produce is cleaned, then packed and delivered to the school kitchen. It's held to the same standard as produce from outside vendors. Ashley Cassatt is San Diego Unified's Farm to School and Garden to Cafe specialist. It's her responsibility to uphold these standards.
The protocol is actually we've worked with Department of Environmental Health, so when they fill out the protocol, the garden becomes a safe food source. And then they basically work really closely with food services, and they're ready to harvest after their site inspection.
We've got some fresh garden kale harvested here at the school by the garden club.
So the Garden to Cafe program is something I'm very passionate about, and it allows for a school garden at a school site within San Diego Unified to become certified so they can actually harvest their produce, the fruits and vegetables that's grown in their garden, and we can serve it on the salad bar in the cafeteria.
6 of San Diego Unified schools are Garden to Cafe certified. The program has the potential to improve the health of this entire generation.
You know, when we tell them that there's vegetables that were grown in the garden, in the cafeteria, the students get really excited to try what's been grown here by their fellow students.
San Diego Unified is committed to supporting local and statewide agriculture as part of their efforts to improve the quality of student lunches.
Our produce budget is $3.5 to $4 million. So we invest around 15% of this for San Diego local grown produce. And then the rest of our produce budget, we really try to aim to purchase California grown produce.
Featuring produce from school gardens along with locally sourced produce is changing the way students are eating and thinking about food.
There are two issues here. The first issue is, what are we serving our kids? We want to be serving them plenty of fresh produce instead of hyper-processed grains and meats. And the second issue is, what kind of programming are we providing for them? Studies have shown that when you garden, you tend to eat better. School gardens and changing what's served in schools are interconnected, and they're totally essential for improving the health of our community.